Congratulations, you're a winner, you've been chosen. Lamborghini 30K, a new home in. Sunshine, blue skies, toes in the sin. Yo, look, it's Calvin and Leanne. We your family and all we do is have fun. Holiday, let's big gin a million. Live, love, laugh, put your hands in the air. You know the word, come on, say hell yeah. Congratulations, you're a winner. You're a winner, yeah. We're bound to competition, yeah. Congratulations, you're a winner. You're a winner, yeah. We're bound to competition, yeah. Congratulations, you're a winner. You're a winner, yeah. We're bound to competition, yeah. Congratulations, you're a winner. You're a winner, yeah. We're bound to competition, bound to competition. I'm talking to you. Bound to competition.
Good evening. How is everybody? It is a Wednesday evening. I'm going to share my screen with you guys. Sorry, I'm a little bit late, but we have had a very busy day. It's been super, super busy. We had a day trip out today, and we drove all the way to Blair Drummond. Guys, if you're planning a trip to Blair Drummond, I would wear a suit. A bee suit. I would wear a bee suit if you're going to go to Blair Drummond. Not going to lie. We lasted an hour and a half because it was absolutely full of wasps. Full. And I mean full. We lasted an hour and a half. I was flinching, and obviously I had surgery last week and it was starting to do my head in because I was really, really worried that I would get stung. Kobe then started getting annoyed because they were landing on his hand and his head. It was that bad. And I'm really annoyed with myself because I planned the whole day out and I thought, we'll go Blair Drummond. We'll have a lovely day out. Then we'll go for some dinner and then we'll come back later on this evening. But no, that did not happen. Did not happen. And you know what? We were not the only people complaining. No offence to Blair Drummond. I know it's not their fault. It's one of these things, but absolutely every single family, all I could hear from the parents was swear words saying these effing wasps, they're doing my effing head in, and people were trying to sit and eat and they were being attacked by wasps. And I was like to Calvin, and obviously we had my mother-in-law with us and Kobe. I was like, I can't deal with this. We try to stand and watch and look at animals, and you couldn't even stand still for 30 seconds without wasps being in your face or in your ears. The irritation. So, yeah, I marched it right back to car park, was having none of it. I was like, I'm not coming back. I'm not doing it. And we weren't the only people that were marching out of there. There was a lot of people arguing with each other about the price of going into Blair Drummond just to be eaten alive by wasps. But it is what it is. So if you're planning on going, I would take yourself a bee suit. Here we go, out of range, nothing to do with draws. Buzzing to see you. Thanks, Des, on YouTube. Dropping it down. I actually had people messaging me and they were like, oh my god, I'm going to Blair Drummond next week. Is it that bad? And I was like, I'm not gonna lie, it's that bad. It's that bad. I can't even pretend. Honestly, I can't stand wasps. Honestly, cannot stand them. They're the worst things ever. I'd prefer to have bees or spiders because at least they don't bother you. I was in Dice Farm the other day and I asked for a glass and I was up and down like a yo-yo catching wasps and putting them outside. Oh, jeez. This year's just been horrendous. We were at Goodwood last weekend and Goodwood was the same. I think it's the amount of like the food vendors and stuff as well, because we were saying, oh, it's the heat. But then I says to Calvin, right, well, that doesn't make sense, though, the heat, because when we go abroad and it's hot, there's not, wasps aren't a huge thing in a different country and it's hot. So the heat, I don't think makes a difference. It's like Blair Drummond, the worst of it was, see where the food vendors was, ice cream, donuts, sugary sweeties, everything sugary, sugar and coffees. Where you were walking through was just the bins full of wasps. I wish I took a video full of wasps. And I was like, this is torture. Torture. Because you couldn't put it in the bin, because there was like 30 wasps at the bin. Right, guys, enough about wasps. Buzz, buzz. This is for £2,000. Winner is 5900. 5900. 5900 Gillian Flett. I know how you feel, says Neil. I just get a wee pot of jam, put it somewhere away from folk, and the wasps head for the jam and stay away from you. They actually had things by the food vendors. Well, only to be honest, I only seen one thing. See, when we went Alton Towers one year, they were everywhere, and they had them hanging by all the food vendors because it was that bad with wasps. But I only seen one while we were there, and it had hundreds. I'm talking hundreds of wasps. The whole thing was full. It was like that, full of wasps, and it had loads buzzing around in the inside of it. Gillian is from Bucky. Brian says no wasps, Rod, just spiders. I know. It's one of them things, isn't it? But I've never seen that amount of wasps. It was torture. Honestly, an hour and a half, and that was me. And Kobe was like, "I want to go home," and that's unusual for Kobe. And Kobe was like, "Get me out of here!" He was like, "I don't want to be here anymore. I want to go back to the car." And we were like, "True, I want to go back to the car as well." And I tried to persevere. I was like, "Come on, we can do it." I was like, "Just keep walking, it'll be fine." And the further around you got a Blair Drummond, the worse it got. The worse it got. But we did do the drive-through of the animals, so 70 quid, not wasted. Here we go, £3,000. The winner is 2507. 2507. 2507 Laura M. 2507 Laura M. 2507 Laura M. Let's find out where Laura is from. Hell yeah, 3K, says Neil. The cars parked at Finhorn were covered. Oh, I don't mind wasps. I'll get a few centimetres away and get close-up photos of them. No, I can't stand them. I had one buzzing in my ear today. Calvin was like, just stay still. Like, don't move. I don't mind if they're buzzing like that and then they disappear. But as soon as they come and they're like, and you hear them in your ear, that's when I'm like, no, can't do it, cannot do it. And I flinched and I started running and I was like, I'm going to cause myself an injury. Laura is from White Hills. Yeah, I thought I'm going to cause myself an injury. So I thought I'll persevere because I've taken Kobe all the way to Blair Drummond. But I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I honestly couldn't do it. Like, I normally put my big girl pants on, but I can't flinch. And the worst thing for me is with wasps, you have to take the sting out. And I was petrified that I would get stung in the area where I've just been operated on. And I was like, if one goes down my top and stings me, and I've got to try and get the sting out of there, it's not happening. So yeah, it really put me in a peed off mood because I thought I'd planned out this whole day, enjoyable day out. But no, it wasn't a freaking enjoyable day out. But Fortunately, I don't think there's nothing they can do about it. It's what it is. I definitely seen more wasps than I did animals. I think we seen elephants, giraffes. Was that elephants, giraffes, and zebras? That was it. Before we were like, "F this, let's go back to the car." I'm not even lying to you. It was that bad. And there wasn't one person, there was kids crying. It was that bad. Kobe got to go on the climbing frames and the electric cars. Um, yeah, there was kids crying their eyes out because there was that many wasps. And I was like, it's that bad. It's that bad that kids actually don't want to be there. Just if you're planning on going there, be prepared. See you tomorrow night, Neil. It is Thunder Thursday. We only got to see the monkeys in the car, so we done the drive. Calvin's playing music. We only got to do the drive-through thing at the end, and we thought that made it worth it because we got to see some of the animals through the drive-through, with the windows up, obviously, with no wasps. But yeah, just if you're planning on going to Blair Drummond anytime soon, just bring yourself, I don't know, some wasp spray or something. But yeah, Thunder Thursday is tomorrow, guys, so make sure you join us tomorrow. I'm going to head off the live now. I've got a film waiting for me on the telly. So, love yous and leave yous. Have a fantastic evening, and I will see yous all tomorrow.